Hey everyone, it's Pixel Carrot right here. In this video I want to talk about a new stuff that I just came up with literally yesterday, and finally it has something to do with board game again. And as you probably known, I have some obsession with making a really teeny tiny board game. I have my typical pocket dungeon that fits in a small box, or even smaller pocket dungeon box. I don't think this has been released yet, but yeah, you get the idea. Or even I have this I made this skirmish game that is card size. It literally is in a card. It's using magnet. And fun fact, when I was about to start this project, literally the first thing I did is Google what's the average credit card size, and I start from there. So in that same spirit, yesterday I was like scrolling around on my Instagram and I found this old toys. I don't know if you know about this. It's basically like a tile puzzle toys where you need to swap around the tiles to make some orders. Normally it's a 3x3 or 5x5 tiles, and there is always one tile missing so that you can move around. Seeing that, I realized that actually if we replace the numbers with, I don't know, monsters and heroes, we can actually make a dungeon out of it, or we can make a board game out of it. So I made this. It's basically a keychain-sized board game, including the ring. And just like that tile puzzle game, you can also swap around the tiles, and on top of that there are monsters and heroes there. So obviously I just came up with this just now, or I started yesterday, and I had some rough idea in my mind, and what I want to validate first is whether I can create movable tiles, and if I can do it print in place. Why? Because if not, I think the main learning from all my previous board game project is yes, it's small, but it comprises of a lot of little small pieces. It means that it's gonna take time to assemble them. Things tend to get lost, and if I ever want to sell this physically, it's gonna take time to do that. So I decided to challenge myself yesterday and said, like, whatever new board game I want to make, let's try to make it in a as least amount of separate pieces as possible. So this is what I got, and I think in this video I will show you how I assemble this, and also maybe at the end talk a bit about what I have in mind for the gameplay. So without further ado, I will just cut to the assembly video montage, and then we can talk about the gameplay after. Basically it's like pocket dungeon, right? Like the sole goal of that game is basically getting the character out of that dungeon. So same goes here. The idea is the hero's tile needs to be swapped so that it stands on top of this door symbol. Basically at the start of the game, first you need to move your heroes to any one corner of the board, and then make sure there is nothing, like there is no tiles in the middle, and then after that you rotate the wheel couple times and stops at random place, you know, stops anytime. After that the game starts. You need to move around the heroes to find the exit door that might be in one of this position here. The last challenge or the last rule is you cannot have a monster be adjacent to your heroes, because if that's the case then your character dies. So let's try to move this here, but then we cannot let this character be adjacent to these monsters, so maybe we need to move it there, and by doing that we found the exit spot. So the goal is now to move this character here without being adjacent in any of the steps to the monsters. So maybe I'll just move it here, like so. Okay, wait. No, if I move it here, it will be adjacent to the monsters. So maybe it's like this. And there you go. You finish the game, you win the game. I don't know, guys. I mean, it's a 3x3 board. There are 2 monsters and 1 characters. And also, there is no way to avoid that. When you are rotating the exit, it might randomly stop just right beside right beside your character, so you can just like do it like that and you win the game. But then again, you can always, you know, start over, right? And it's as simple as turning the wheel again. Yeah, but that's basically what I have in mind right now. And one thing that I want to also add here is I made this. It's a wheel that you can spin. It's a D6, and you know, because this is a keychain board game, then the dice needs to also be a keychain size or a keychain style dice that you can include. It looks like a key fob. Oh yeah, one thing that I also think of, maybe this could be more like a simple battle game, or like imagine if these are all monsters. Let's say that you can have maximum 3 monsters per keychain, something like this. They are all monsters now. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can see better now. Yeah. Maybe if it's like monsters, if you have like all monsters here and you have a keychain, and you can have, I don't know, like a duel kind of board game where you can meet with your friends, and then, I don't know, put the board like this and then do like, I don't know, like a Yu-Gi-Oh kind of, or like Magic the Gathering kind of battles. So I don't know, this is another idea I have while I was developing this. For instance, that if we want to turn this into a duel kind of game, like when you meet, you first need to, like, I don't know, adjust your formation without showing it to your opponent. And obviously, like, each monster has its stats, right? And then maybe just like Magic the Gathering, we can start putting like trample here, maybe, or like a swift. So I don't know, just an idea. And then after you're done moving around your monsters to like the formation that you want, then you reveal it to your opponent, and then we'll do like a Magic the Gathering where we're gonna like resolve it columns by columns or lane by lane. So maybe this attacks here, and then if this is swift, then instead of mutual destruction, this monsters allows to attack first. Or if, let's say, there is like one empty lane, it means that whatever attack that this monster gives will go through and get you, and then I don't know, and then we can think of maybe the end, the goal for this like duel game is like whoever owners of the keychain dies first, you know, that kind of thing. And as always, I just love to have a modularity or a game that can be expanded, you know. And yeah, definitely you can have like different monsters here. For now, I just created you know, a typical golem monsters. I just love this kind of aesthetic. Also blob, I play a lot of Dragon Quest, and also you know, so I always want to have like this kind of evil blob, or I don't know, this kind of like witch or humanoid. Otherwise it could also be a, you know, like a nice pieces. I know kids nowadays, they my niece and nephew, they always have a big keychain in their bag, you know, like you know, and I think this is about the right size. You can also fidget with it. So that was the video, guys. Let me know what you think of this keychain size board game right here, or the yard. Yeah, for now I call it the yard because, you know, it's short for lanyard, and yard could also mean, you know, just like an open space, I guess, open green space or garden. Let me know what you think of this game. If you have any ideas for name, monsters, gameplay, you know, feel free to give me some feedback of what I rambled about before. Apart from that, I think that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.